With the advance of global warming, temperatures in Greenland have been reaching record highs, while the ice that covers the country has been shrinking. However, most Greenlanders are happy about the change. Farmers in the south of the island can grow their crops for longer, and livestock farmers can now raise cattle as well as sheep. Yet the indigenous Inuit people are worried that their culture and livelihoods will slip away with the melting ice.
It's the end of September in Greenland's capital of Nuuk, and the temperature is hovering around 24 degrees. Even standing by the sea, you only feel a slight chill. Here you will find wooden cottages framed by shrubs and flowers. The further south you go, the more the country lives up to its name of Greenland.
This year these flowers came a month earlier than ever.
This is what Greenland looks like without ice. In the mild climate, a variety of plants are flourishing.
I've got to take it up. No, it's old one. That's the mother potato.
And all the sons.
Maria, who has lived with ice and snow all her life, lets out a bright smile as she picks flowers from her flourishing garden.
So lovely.
And I take those.
We see the effects of warming trends, and we are seeing, like many other places in the world, we are setting heat records as well just a week ago.
The rising temperature is reflected in around 50 southern Greenland farms that have reported longer growing seasons, which could perhaps improve the country's total reliance on imported food. Moving north within the Arctic Circle in Greenland's third largest city of Ilulissat, concern about climate change has been overshadowed by anticipation that agriculture, transportation and other industries will flourish in the warmer weather. But traditional culture is being challenged by the latest modern trend.
I've had a fisherman call me, and he told me that he used to have 18 dogs and now he has 8. He has had to shoot the 10 dogs because why should he keep them? This is working dogs, and if he can't go on the sledge, he can't catch the fish, then he can't feed the dogs, and it becomes too expensive to have the dogs. So that's a real impact on the culture right now in Greenland.
Now the land is no longer covered in ice, dog sleds are obsolete, but that phenomenon is only the tip of the iceberg.
A floating foundation, the building can move with the movement of the soil. But now we cannot do that.
Homes built on the permafrost use a floating foundation, but now the permafrost is melting, this traditional structure can no longer support the weight of the homes.
We will probably get more storms, we'll get more humidity. That means that we might have to change the way that we construct our houses. We're used to very, very strong winds.
Higher humidity and more violent storms could spell trouble for fishermen. In the harbour, young sailors with fashionably dyed hair may have already turned their backs on tradition, but the future challenge could be a more unsettled sea.
Last year in Sissimui, there was a tidal wave. I've been fishing since I was a boy, and I've never seen such a wave.
Less ice and rougher seas are not the only changes.
Before, in winter we couldn't sail boats out to sea because the ice stopped us. So we used dog sleds to go out to fish and cut a hole in the ice. Now we can't use that way.
The worried expressions written on the lines of the fishermen's faces tell a story of vanishing sea ice, changing fish species and dying culture. These days everything is different. The high piles of rock by the port are used to guide sailors back home. Out at sea, perhaps new routes and opportunities are arising, but for Greenlanders there could be no turning back to the old way of life.